Good afternoon. Thank you so much for choosing the National Broadcaster, coming your way live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Happy to be here to serve you. Welcoming you once again for this newscast that comes your way every Sunday, special edition of the weekly news roundup, some of the activities that you could have missed out during the week. Now, as we start off, we're having activities from the head of state. President Museveni met and held discussions with the International Criminal Court, ICC, Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan Kiesi at State Lodge, Nakasero. During the meeting, the two parties discussed, among other issues, Uganda's importance as well-respected state party to the ICC. Mr. Khan praised the Ugandan government for its vital role in putting an end to the Lord's Resistance Army LRA insurgency in northern Uganda and its support to ICC in prosecuting the war criminals.
I've just come from an excellent meeting with the President of the Republic of Uganda, President Museveni. We discussed a wide range of issues, the importance of Uganda as a very well-respected state party to the ICC. It was the government that referred the situation of the Lord's Resistance Army and the Ugandan situation many years ago. And as many Ugandans will know, there's a new effort, given my application for confirmation hearing in absence, to circulate the document containing charges more broadly in Uganda. This is because of an order from the judges, and the registry is doing that right now. But with the President, of course, we discussed a lot of other issues. The region is critically important. It's a region that has difficulties, Sudan. One is seeing very concerning reports. And the rule of law, the ability to come together based upon common ground of humanity, has never perhaps been as vivid or as such an imperative as it is now. And I was very grateful to have quite some time with the President, and he showed his knowledge of history, his understanding of the region, and I think collectively the Rome Statute principles that Uganda has signed up to, that is part of its culture, part of its legal system, combined also with the strategic approach of Uganda for stability, for security, and the respect for these fundamental rights. So it was a very productive meeting. I'm very grateful to the President for giving me so much of his time, and I hope to have many more opportunities to come to Uganda in the period ahead. Thank you.
Now moving on, the NRM party has clarified on the two meetings which convened on Friday, 23rd February 2024 at State House, Entebbe, where President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni hosted the NRM Secretariat and another one at Mosa Courts in Kampala, where a section of NRM SEC members convened. According to Emmanuel Dombo, the NRM Director of Communication, the party roadmap is still on course, contrary to what was reported by a section of media outlets. Now, President Museveni is expected to flag off the party activities this coming Wednesday at the NRM Secretariat in Kampala, if all goes as planned.
As we head towards 2026 general elections, different political players and individuals are already on track for the race. However, this has, on the other hand, caused panic and speculations among key players. The latest twist of events is the allegations that a section of NRM Central Committee members convened on Friday, 25 February 2024 at Mosa Courts and, among others, quashed the party roadmap.
As NRM, there hasn't been any invitation for people who wish to express themselves or to bring names. So where would the confusion come?
However, according to the NRM head of communication, Emmanuel Dombo, although he acknowledges having been tipped about the meeting, he terms it as a consultation whose resolutions don't entirely bind.
And I'm very sure that Alhaji Moses Chigongo has already communicated to His Excellency the President and National Chairman of NRM about the decisions of that consultative meeting, and the National Chairman will respond.
As Mosa Court's so-called SEC meeting was convening, another one hosted by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the NRM party chairperson, was taking place at State House, Entebbe. The closed-door meeting was attended by officials from NRM Secretariat, led by Secretary General Richard Odwom.
Yesterday, the members of top management at the NRM Secretariat, together with the Office of the National Chairman in Chambogo, and other related agencies, had a meeting with His Excellency the President and National Chairman of NRM to discuss a range of issues about the National Resistance Movement Party.
NRM Emmanuel Dombo has told UBC that as per the outcomes of the State House meeting, nothing is close to altering the party program at Plot 10 along Kyadondo Road in Kampala.
The President agreed with the roadmap as was, and he also promised that he was going to convene the National Executive Committee of the NRM so that he can brief them and they also have an input.
To put it clearly in black and white, Dombo says President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will on Wednesday, 28 February 2024, be a formal visitor at Plot 10, Kyadondo Road in Kampala.
If nothing changes on Wednesday next week, the national chairman should come to launch the program of the update of the voters register and the launch of the roadmap, including the other activities. This activity is expected to take place at the party headquarters.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
UBC Weekly News Roundup. President Museveni has met a group of leaders from Teso sub-region at State House in Entebbe. The group was led by Mr. Calvin Ochodu, the National Resistance Movement NRM flag bearer for Soroti West constituency. The engagement was a follow-up meeting between the president and the leaders. The first meeting was held on 22nd December 2023 at State House in Entebbe. In that meeting, President Museveni tasked the leaders to brief him on how much income each household earns in Teso, on the average land holding in the sub-region, on what enterprise that can be done on the available land, and how the government can help the area locals. The president was pleased with the report because it thoroughly analyzed the questions he had asked the team in December. He also promised to make a few adjustments in the report and offer further guidance. On the other hand, President Museveni was happy to note that the team realized that the people of Teso need to go into dairy farming through crossbreeding their local cows with Jersey cattle, since the Frisian cows cannot stand the weather in the sub-region. President Museveni was also happy with the report finding that fruits used in Tenjo Fruit Factory are the right ones, suppressing previous allegations that the fruits supplied to the factory were being imported. Now, more from state. President Museveni today did receive during the weekend update on the development of Bokassa Inland Port. The president received the status report during a meeting with a delegation from Gulf Engineering led by Dr. Urit Asalza at the State House in Entebbe. Since its foundation in 1988, Gulf has enabled the improvement of the economic and socio-economic framework through the development, planning and implementation of essential infrastructures on the African continent and worldwide. President Museveni assured government support to ensure that the project is a success. The Minister for Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, informed the President that the port at the shores of Lake Victoria shall create a cheaper and faster means of transportation of goods. Emmanuel Winnie Mugamba, the Managing Director of Gulf Consultants Uganda Limited, told the president that the port will have a shipyard, a park for industries, stores, railway and road connections. Doctor says the project director for Bokassa Port told the president that the first phase of the project is almost done, that it included developing the concept, master plan and constructing a link road from Nambole to Bokassa. He added that the remaining work is surcharging and land reclamation at the port to make the port fully functional. Now moving on into other activities, a section of youth leaders subscribing to the NRM party have launched a mobilization camp codenamed Yellow Youth Movement YYM, with its main target of popularizing NRM and President Museveni ahead of the 2026 general elections. The launch was presided over by the National Youth Chairperson, Jacob Eyeru, at the NRM Secretariat in Kampala.
There has emerged another mobilization group within the NRM party, calling itself as the Yellow Youth Movement.
YYM is an initiative of the members of the NRM Youth League to revitalize the life and the role of youth in the NRM party as we go towards 2026.
This is made up of many youth leaders across all divides within the NRM party.
Colleagues from universities, you are here. We shall mobilize everywhere for people to join the NRM party structures.
Wearing the crown of the NRM, or being called the youth, the products of the NRM, it's very glittering. It's a good thing. But you must fight.
This Chaguranyi's regime, we are not inclusive. You can go there to Kamocha. For us who are not there in their things.
YYM movement has been unveiled Saturday, 24th February 2024 at the NRM Secretariat on Plot 10, Chadon Road in Kampala.
We want to support him. Come to the 26th. He will be in the ballot.
And I'm here because of NRM. We promise you that for Tororo come 2026,
the team is targeting tiling the crown for 2026.
It's a continuous support. This is a winning team.
That the ruling party is a party that has all the 5 elements that we need in the country.
With all other factors constant, the YYM believes 2026 is theirs to win as they rally behind their leader, President Yoweri Museveni.
As young people, the time has come. The time has come for us to mobilize and contribute to strengthening of these NRM structures ahead of the 2026 elections to achieve the prosperity of our nation.
I want to charge the students of the nation. You are voters in 2026. You have been voting, some of you, but all the people I lead, you are voting in 2026. As the president, as you are president, that you have willingly voted for, I tell you that come to the Yellow Youth Movement, and there is no any other candidate but Yoweri Museveni Kaguta.
Yellow Youth Movement YYM promises to pay allegiance to the party leadership, albeit amidst leadership speculations. Yellow Youth Movement will now embark on the journey of selling the candidature of President Yoweri Museveni across the country, with many recalling his leadership abilities. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, legislators from Madi have gone bare knuckle with their counterparts of Acholi sub-region over fueling endless attacks and killings that have left hundreds dead since Upper Land conflict started. The angry legislators are calling for intervention of President Yoweri Museveni to resolve the matter.
Upper Land conflict dates back to 2002 following government's decision to turn the place into a conservation area. To date, the country has witnessed evictions and mostly tribal clashes between the Madi and Acholi communities, leading to loss of lives. During a press briefing at Parliament this week, former leader of opposition in Parliament and other legislators from Acholi sub-region threatened to shun parliamentary work to go and mobilize their communities over the matter.
To have a development agency which is on ground with less bureaucracy, with resources to run and work together with the district.
However, lawmakers from West Nile have lashed out at their Acholi sub-region colleagues, who they accuse of applying politics at the expense of the minority Madi community.
Let leaders stop misleading people. Tell the truth to the people, and they will follow.
And as I speak now, just last week we lost 2 people's lives and 1 person got lost was taken by a Choli community. Up to now, the body or the person is not got, and we are in dilemma.
Members of Parliament from Madi are now calling for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's intervention since the Commission of Inquiry instituted to investigate the matter has allegedly done nothing.
He is the key in solving this problem. He has affirmed where Upper is. It is him to implement his declaration. That is government work. Why is government not implementing this declaration? If somebody wants to stay in a Germany, there are peaceful processes of staying in a Germany.
We want to appeal to government, so this matter not be sorted. As the people of Madi, if government is not helping us, let them tell us, so that we shall be able to help ourselves, either in terms of defending ourselves and the property. Otherwise, we fail to understand what government is thinking about the issue of APA, the issue of Zoka, and our people are losing their life.
Lydia Chomkama and Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Now moving on, a visible transformation is underway with a strategic overhaul seeking to reshape the landscape of governance in Uganda. Over 30 agencies of government are on the verge of merger thanks to the urge to reduce on public administration expenditure. Now today our reporter Henry Krut explores the rationale, impact and innovations driving the rationalization of government agencies.
African Muslim scholars from Uganda and Morocco are meeting in a two-day conference aimed at promoting peace and stability in African countries. The symposium is organized by Muhammad VI Foundation and was graced by the third Deputy Prime Minister, Rukia Isanga Nakadama, who applauded the foundation for promoting peace, stability and development in African countries.
This Muhammad Foundation is somebody who is leading all the religious sectors and to see that there is security, there is peace, not only in the Muslims, but also even in other religions.
Nakadama is optimistic that the symposium will be beneficial to both the two sister countries.
As they are here in this symposium, I want to thank them that they are going to inform our people, mainly the public, about security in these religions.
On the behalf of Morocco delegates, Othman Hussein applauded the government of Uganda for the enabling environment for the symposium to take place.
Promote the rights, values of the Islamic religion, which points on openness, specific cohesion, dialogue, in order to achieve spiritual security, stability and development of African nations as a whole. The visit of this Moroccan delegation to participate in this symposium attests mainly to the fraternal and amicable and historical ties linking Morocco to this sisterly nation.
In attendance was the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji.
Finding of the Interreligious Council, of which I'm the founding member, is all about that we can have different faiths, but we can also have a common action. So we look at anybody who advances security and peace of our nations. We are seeing Muslims fighting one another. They believe in one God, but they are fighting. They need peace. They need security of their spiritual security. So here in Uganda, this symposium is adding a brick on our struggle.
The objectives of the symposium are to achieve spiritual security in African countries, follow and coordinate the efforts, and to consolidate religious and cultural relationship between the Kingdom of Morocco and Uganda. Muhammad XVI Foundation Africa was initiated by His Majesty Muhammad VI, the King of Morocco, and it operates in 47 African countries. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kunyachinyi, has urged political leaders to adopt a selfless approach to charity, emphasizing that excessive expectations from the community can lead to dissatisfaction. She made this plea while dedicating a 700 million church in Urum Assembly, Otuke District, a donation from the area MP Julius Acton.
It was a momentous occasion at Awake Pentecostal Church in Urum Assembly, Otuke District. The 700 million church is a donation by Otuke East Member of Parliament Julius Acton, marking a new chapter in the community's spiritual journey.
Not only this, we have so many elderly people here that Julius Acton has constructed for them houses.
When we are united, we will win. We have belief in Yahweh.
State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kunyachinyi, represented the President.
And if I had known that running can bring something like this, I would have continued. He took me to the health center he built, and he told me he saved that because he ran.
And of the Holy Spirit!
She urged the local community to begin small with available resources, advocating for local initiatives while awaiting government intervention.
We people of Otuke, we people of Awake, we can start a class under that mango tree, because all big schools started small, and then the government will come in because we will have mobilized our children here.
In his sermon, Bishop Joel Mukalo of Yahweh Pentecostal Mission emphasized the importance of the church as a center for socio-economic and spiritual transformation. He called for unity between political and spiritual leaders to ensure the construction of more churches to serve the growing Christian population.
Young children who are being born and growing will know the name of the Lord better than the name of any other thing, and they will turn our country into a better home. So these churches are still very important. May God help us to build many more of them.
Reflecting on the significance of the event, the area MP Julius Acton pledged continuous support to his community.
I will keep on working for all the people in Lao and for all the churches. All the churches, whenever you invite me, I will be there.
Church members hailed the MP, acknowledging the challenge of funding such a modern church.
Even 50 cents,
make it to school dearly.
The commissioning of Awake Church not only signifies a new chapter for the Yahweh Pentecostal believers in Otuke, but also increases the number of churches in Lango sub-region to 1,029, serving a population of over 300,000 Christians. Edi Olwa, UBC News.
The first peritoneal dialysis unit has been commissioned at State John Hospital, Aba in Kamini Sub-County, Oyam District. The index patient was admitted in November last year when the 3 machines were installed at the hospital.
Yeah, we have worked on one patient.
The dialysis machine was commissioned by the Minister for Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, at St. John Hospital, Aber, a private not-for-profit facility in Oyam District.
Peritoneal fluid.
Peritoneal dialysis is a treatment for kidney failure during which the waste products are removed from the bloodstream using the dialysate, a cleansing fluid administered into the peritoneum through the abdomen. Between January to March 2023, St. John Hospital, Aber, was managing 45 kidney cases. 18 were chronic, while 27 were people with acute kidney injuries, of whom 7 died.
For inviting me to be here today.
Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng congratulated the hospital for complementing government services, saying more kidney patients will be able to access dialysis services.
It is cheaper, you cut the costs of transport and the costs of welfare on the other side. To date, Lira Regional Referral Hospital sees 40 patients on dialysis, and the demand is more than that. So the others can come here, and that is good. So for me, it is a big step in the way forward.
We have 7 proxy indicators to track and monitor quality of care in the Catholic Health Network. I urge the board, through your quality assurance committee, to initiate or develop quality indicators for these specialized services that you've started. CT scan, dialysis.
Father Dr. Sam Mokori, the medical director of St. John Hospital Aber, said the unit is well equipped and ready to be used, and that the focus will be on managing acute kidney injuries to prevent more cases of chronic kidney disease, which is complicated and costlier to the patients.
Chronic kidney disease is very expensive. We need to educate our people that if we can reverse acute kidney injury before progressing to the chronic kidney disease would be the best thing for us. So that is why we decided to employ this alternative method of treating a failing kidney.
It has the capacity to absorb.
However, the cleansing fluid will be imported from Europe. But with the small user fees patient pay, the hospital is struggling to retain staff, one of the major challenges that the hospital is still grappling with. Patients with chronic kidney disease will pay between 80,000 to 120,000 shillings per dialysis session depending on the severity, while those with acute kidney injuries will pay close to 4.5 million shillings for 3 months of constant treatment. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Now away from Oyam, taking you to Arua, where the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Mubaje, did launch a fundraising drive to raise 2.2 billion shillings meant to construct a mega Ishad mosque with commercial component in Arua city centre. The current mosque was constructed 5 decades ago, which is now on its dilapidating state. Out of the 2.2 billion, 700 million shillings is meant to construct the mosque, as 1.5 billion will be to construct commercial space.
City Center, this is how congested Irshad Mosque looks like in its dilapidating state. According to Arua Muslim District Qadi Sheikh Jafar Shaban, the increasing number of Muslims in the city has created huge demand for a more spacious mosque for prayers, as Irshad Mosque is the headquarters for Arua Muslim District.
Your Eminency, we don't have a mosque in Arua city apart from one good one, which our brother single-handedly built with some good friends of his, worth 200 and something million.
However, being in the city center, the mosque will have lockups at the ground floors of the building for business with the aims of raising revenue to manage Islamic activities.
It is 1.5 billion, and the lockups were allocated. It was bidded for, and the bidding is waiting approval. But the construction team said they cannot move, that the first thing is the mosque. The BOQ of the mosque is 700 million.
And then 3. While launching the fundraising drive on Friday, Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Mubaje, pledged support of Uganda Supreme Council in helping Arua Muslim District to achieve the new project.
Let me commit myself that we shall continue working together. We shall contribute a beginning and an equal of 10 million Ugandan shillings as Uganda Muslim Council.
Mufti Mubaje, however, proposed the adjustment of the housing plan on grounds that the location of the mosque is strategic in the city business area that must be effectively utilized.
Niliwaambia kwamba this is gold in the center of the city, but I think it is not being utilized. What I saw here is that if we had a basement here for parking here, you could park 100 cars down here. Then make the first floor, ground floor, with those 50, it could be 50 shops. Then on top, put there a mosque, a very big one, and the conference center can be there on top. So this is for you, for the team, for the construction team. Let's make use of this place. It is going to be wasted.
Mushen Ashraf, a renowned businessman in West Nile, and the Rua City Central Division legislator Jackson Atima pledged 40 million shillings each, among other stakeholders who willingly contributed cash and pledges to kickstart the project, which is expected to last for 1 year. Joseph Fodamo, UBC News in Rua City.
In more news, the Environment for Development Initiative has embarked on training senior government minister officials on embracing and implementing the green policy to tackle effects of climate change. Dr. Peter Babyenda from Makerere University Climate for Development Initiative says that since the training started, several programs to tackle climate change have been put in place, including Climate Finance Unit of the Ministry of Finance and the KCCA Motor Charging Unit.
To train senior public servants on green issues, more so on policy instruments that the government can use to influence green investments, green issues in the country, greening the country. We didn't have a climate finance unit in the Ministry of Finance. Now it is there. You see that so many presidential directives have come up in as far as greening the country is concerned. You have seen the KCC have launched motorcycle charging unit. So we are moving in the right direction. We only need to continue creating awareness. We have had distribution of free LPG.
As IG fellows, we also need to consider making a contribution beyond the national level. We can also contribute at the different regional forums that we have. For example, at the EAC level, right now there are a number of policy processes that are ongoing, like the development of the EAC water policy, the development of the environment management policy, and then also the review of the climate change, the EAC climate change policy and strategy, and various policy processes ongoing at the EAC level. We can also come in at that level and make a contribution at regional level, especially because the IGE program is also attended by different countries from the different EAC countries.
If you look at NDP 3, I ensured that green growth indicators are part of the results framework. I ensured that green growth instruments are integrated in the plan. But also, I raised awareness about green growth in the authority, but also I've had opportunity to speak at different forums.
Now, a thought of empowering girls were Smart Girls with Tools Foundation in collaboration with MTN Foundation has graduated 156 youths, predominantly women. The graduates were awarded certificates by the Directorate of Industrial Training and Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board.
156 youths from Smart Girls with Tools Foundation have graduated from computer applications, user occupation and vocational business skills programs. The graduates, predominantly women, successfully earned the Directorate of Industrial Training certificates in computer applications and user occupation, while others earned the Uganda Business and Technical Examination certificates in vocational and business skills.
Very few young ladies in male-dominated engineering skill sets, like mechanical and electrical engineering. So we are trying to close that gap, but most importantly, we are trying to close the gap of unemployment. Not every person in Makerere is going to go to university, but also there are so many who fall out before going to Makerere University. We want to close the gap for the young people, mostly the girls who drop out of school and they fail to actually go into university, to show that their hands don't fail them.
Smart Girls with Tools Foundation began in 2019 during the 21st days of Yellow Care, in which 30 million shillings was donated by MTN Uganda to enhance the girls' learning experience in vocational and business skills. MTN Uganda Talent Manager Betty Kusemererwa congratulated the graduates and urged them to maximize the skills gained for personal and national development.
And a comprehensive vocational business skills training spearheaded by MTN Foundation, we are not merely equipping our youth with essential tools for success in the modern workforce. We are laying the cornerstone for a future that is more inclusive, equitable, and prosperous for every Ugandan.
The disparity in unemployment rates is more pronounced among female youths, who contributes disproportionately to the overall youth unemployment figures in Uganda. Graduates are optimistic that the skills acquired will help them secure jobs.
For example, I'm able to pitch a business and I'm able to do all other things because of MTN Girls with Tools.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
All from graduation, taking a look at wildlife, where conservationists, tourism sector players are concerned over the decreasing numbers of wildlife attributed to human and wildlife conflicts. This has prompted different sector players to launch campaigns of visiting schools and sensitize students on wildlife conservation by using the new advanced technology.
Different organizations in wildlife conservation expressed concern over the decreasing number of wildlife in national parks.
The number of animals going down may not necessarily be attributed to only poaching or to only human-induced causes. There are also some natural causes that lead to reduction in the human population.
It's noted that in some national parks, such as Kidepo National Park, animals like leopards and lions and elephants in Queen Elizabeth National Park are decreasing day by day.
You see, breeding, reproduction needs a very peaceful mind. Now you have issues, for example, of oil and gas, those impact. You have the traffic, you have where you've done the road and so forth. So the safer breeding zones are impacted. So animals live in fear. That also affects their reproduction, and that could explain why you have very few numbers.
There is need for more sensitization from the general public about the relevance of conserving wildlife as a source of revenue.
We know that even in terms of surveillance, to try and curtail wildlife trafficking, technology is coming in very handy. Even promotion of interest in wildlife, because the fourth estate, you are using technology and you are playing a very key role, for example.
Yes, we are using technologies, but we have to remove the threat to wildlife. Okay? We know that wildlife needs habitat, they need shelter, they need food, they need space. Let's do work on that. We know that littering affects animals. When you litter, an animal can get caught in, for example, can swallow a polythene bag, and that would be the end.
Uganda Wildlife Education and Conservation Center, Entebbe, has launched outreach programs for sensitization. Students are expected to play a big role in educating their parents on mindset change, especially those that are still indulging in poaching.
Today we have brought together a number of schools, secondary schools to be particular, targeting the central region to try and digest this theme, which is connecting people on the planet, exploring digital innovations in wildlife conservation.
So as we're reaching out to young people, we also have programs for poachers, we have programs for the transporters, we have programs for the judiciary, we have programs for the district leaders and so forth.
This comes at a time when the country is set to join the rest of the world to celebrate this year's World Tourism Day, slated for 6th March 2024 to be held in Chegegwa district.
Now, still in line with tourism, a Buganda Kingdom Minister for Tourism and Culture, Anthony Wamala, has emphasized the need to invest in the tourism sector in the country for national development. During the launch of the 2024 edition of Miss Tourism Buganda Kingdom at Bolange Mengo in Kampala, Mr. Wamala said the institution aims at injecting money into the tourism sector, thereby calling upon different stakeholders to collaborate with the Kingdom administration to foster development.
Obwakabaka buteekateeka
empaka z'abannalulungi buli mwaka ng'erimu ku makubo mwe kujja okuyita okutumbula ebyobulambuzi. Tuzze tutegeka empaka zino n'omwaka oguwedde zaaliyo, naye oba oli awo twagala kati omulundi guno tuteeketeeke empaka nga tuzisitudde ku ddaala, nga tuvudde mu bintu eby'okusaagirira, tukole empaka oba oli awo zisaanikire n'eza Uganda yonna. Twagala okugenda nga buli mwaka tuseeseetula enteekateeka eno ebeere ya bbugumu, ebeeremu omuzinzi.
So we wanted these contestants to learn those techniques that when they go back to their home village or their district or their counties, they will be able to take this message and they will help people to learn how they can do to solve the problem of life energy deficiency, so that the source of solving puzzles and problems and challenges will be accomplished.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
As Uganda and as UBTS, we are hosting a high-level scientific blood transplant congress from the 4th to the 7th of March at Peak Resort, Munyonyo. I call upon everybody to come and attend this important congress where we shall share knowledge, expertise, and new innovations in the field of blood.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja, a documentary film about our unity as Ugandans and Africans.
Bunyoro would have simply created an East African community that we are looking for today.
The rulers of Bunyoro are actually Luos.
We people who live across the Nile, we are so related from our myth or from just the Nile.
We are the same people and genetically we are even the same people.
We are similar people.
We are one.
Pamoja, we are one.
Use that word, pamoja.
Premiering every week from 3rd February to June 2024 at the National Theatre and Indere Center. Daily screenings are from 4th February to June 2024 at Ham Cinemax and the National Theatre. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
Thank you so much for watching and staying. Now, two updates from the business world. Standard Chartered Uganda has launched its international banking product, offering to its clients and customers. At the launch in Kampala, General Jeje Odong, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, encouraged financial institutions to offer services and products that encourage socio-economic growth and investment.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
The Standard Chartered Bank Uganda CEO Sanjay Rugani states that the introduction of international banking in Uganda marks a significant milestone in the bank's 112 years presence in the country.
Uganda is part of the global village.
And to become part of the global village, we also have to play in the global markets and become big. Ugandans want to make choices on how they manage their wealth, how they grow their personal prosperity, and certainly become part of these global villages, we said. Today, uniquely, we have launched products here which enable Ugandans to invest in UAE, Dubai, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in India, and Jersey, which is in the United Kingdom.
Several speakers at the launch event in Kampala expressed their enthusiasm for the unprecedented value that the international banking services will deliver to its clients, empowering them to navigate the global financial landscape.
We're here today to just tell you what we're able to do for you. And I think the quickest start is you're able to open an account without having to travel to the UK or having to travel to Jersey. We are able to partner with you right from here in Uganda, connect you with your relationship manager. You can do this virtually and your account will be open. So we'll save you the journey.
But what I want to impress upon everyone here today is really take a step back and think about how you are putting your wealth to use and how you engage us to sit with you and listen very carefully to ensure that you're able to plan not just for your loved ones, but for your own future as well.
Foreign Affairs Minister General J.J. Odong, who graced the event, urged the bank to continue providing financial advice and relevant, customized products to clients and companies looking to invest or develop their businesses both in Uganda and abroad.
As part of the government of Uganda, we shall continue to support the private sector through supportive policies that create a business-friendly environment, by also adding infrastructure investments in energy, transport, and ICT, among others.
Benefits of international banking services include recognition of clients' international status, opportunities to grow wealth internationally, and the convenience of seamless banking through features such as multi-currency account opening and global fund transfers. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Ebiseera by'okusaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu keno kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanyi kuzunga na banka siripisi? Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyezi *185*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu ya Uganda.
A warm welcome back now to sport before we let you go enjoy your Sunday afternoon. Well, in our sports roundup today, Ugandan golfer Ronald Rugamayo became the first Ugandan to make the cut to a DP World Tour after his great performance in the ongoing Magical Kenya Open. Elsewhere, the Victoria Pearls and Silverbacks suffered losses as all Ugandan players have been eliminated from the Badminton Challenge. Grace Kemigisa reports.
As the second round at the Mugaitha Golf Club drew towards a close, 31-year-old Ugandan Ronald Rugamayo created some fantastic theatre to the delights of fans surrounding the 18th hole. Ronald Rugamayo ranked 2,901st in the official world golf rankings, hold a birdie putt on the final hole to make the cut to the DP World Tour at the Magical Kenya Open. With this, Rugamayo made history for Ugandan golf, becoming the first Ugandan golfer and East African to make the cut to the DP World Tour.
It's more than I can imagine. Like I said, each and everything I'm doing right now, I'm doing for my country. Each and everything I post on social medias, I always hashtag golfing to inspire. So my first dream as a player, my dream has been always to inspire people, to inspire the upcoming golfers. And I'd like to see a few years from now, more Ugandans playing on big tour, not only Ugandans and East Africans, because I've been South Africa playing the Sunshine Tour. I mean, it's amazing. So my only dream is to inspire people, to inspire the upcoming golfers. I would really feel great, like in the next few years, when I see a few numbers from Uganda or East Africa doing what I'm doing, even doing better than what I'm doing. That's my number one dream.
In India, the Victoria Pearls suffered defeat in their first T20 training game at the Omitex Cricket Institute. The ladies lost by 5 wickets to the Omitex senior women team after their game ended 104 runs for 4 wickets for the Victoria Pearls and 105 runs for 5 for the hosts. The Pearls are in India to prepare for the upcoming African Games and the T20 Global World Qualifiers. The ladies are back in action tomorrow, Sunday 25th, against Zimbabwe. And in Tunisia, the Silverbacks lost their first game of the 2025 AfroBasket qualifier to Cape Verde 78-73. The heated game saw good performances from Tony Dwileba, Adam Seiko, Robinson Openg and Ivan Moherezi, but it was not enough for the team to cross the line. The team then played Nigeria today, Friday, in their second game and will play Libya on Monday in their last game. The Silverbacks need 2 wins from this qualifier round to be at an advantage of making it to the final. Finally, in Uganda, all the Ugandan badminton players have been eliminated from the Uganda International Badminton Challenge happening at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium. Uganda's final hope was Husna Kobgabe, who was knocked out in the round of 16.
Though basically, as you know, players and coaches would expect for something better, but it wasn't possible. And when you look at the general performance in the singles, the ladies managed, at least we had three players in the round of 32 or who managed to go in the past the qualification. So basically it was okay for the men's side. They weren't that lucky to get in the main draw, but still they put up a good fight.
The competition is now headed into the final stages and will conclude with the final Sunday, the 25th of February 2024. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
Now more from sports. The 2024 Uganda Futsal Finals, the saw Park FC take the blue ribbon after beating a football club of Luzira by 8-6. The Heat League contested final took place under the lights at the Old Kampala Sports Arena. Well, here's more from our reporter Marshall Miro.
Park FC collected their first trophy of the 2023-24 futsal season as they beat rivals Football Club of Luzira by 8-6 at the Old Kampala Sports Arena. The game was locked on a scoreline of 7-6 with a minute to spare until Park FC's Michael Abura sealed the win in emphatic fashion. On his part, the Futsal Association of Uganda chairman expressed optimism of the game's development in the country.
Competitively, we are seeing improvements every year. We are seeing people willing to go for each other, which brings more fun, flair, and entertainment. But this is our 4th edition, and we are happy and glad to see that even the knockout event is growing day by day. We're still pushing for more, and the more the coaches understand the game, the more entertainment we shall have.
Despite the loss, Luzira captain Joshua Aziku was impressed by his team's performance.
We played really well today. Whereas, as you could see, we only had 1 sub on the bench, but that can't be an excuse. The boys gave him their all, and I think why we lost again today is because we gave away too many cheap goals that were supposed to be avoided in the first half. And I think that is the reason as why we lost again. But we're able to come back in the second half and give it all our best. And we managed to reduce the numbers. We could have won it
with the chances that we got, but the day wasn't ours. Congratulations to Park FC for winning.
Park FC head coach Alex Segawa is positive the losing finalists in Luzira have the potential to come back stronger because they have a crop of promising youngsters.
They are a developing club, and I'm telling you, the future is bright, very bright for these guys. They've got great players. They were few in numbers, but they put up a great show. So I am very sure in the near future, those guys are going to win something. They're going to win something.
Park FC duo Drileba Brian and Samuel Kayango took home the Golden Glove and MVP awards of the tournament, while Joel Ogwang of Football Club of Luzira collected the Golden Boot for his 14 goals scored this season. Futsal Uganda will now turn its focus to the second round of league fixtures that will resume on the 29th of February 2024. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
Well, thank you so much for watching today's newscast, a special edition that comes your way every Sunday afternoon, the weekly news roundup. From the entire team behind the scene and we are proud of you. Thank you so much for being a part of the biggest network, the national broadcaster, being part of our family. Wish you a blessed Sunday afternoon and a fruitful week ahead as you enjoy our programs lined up for you for the day. My name is Sandra Kahunde. God bless you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.